Hey guys, and welcome back to another hair video tutorial. I have a trip coming up, and so I saw this hairstyle that I fell in love with. So naturally I said I'm gonna go ahead and do this hairstyle, and then I took it a little bit further and I said I'm gonna record this tutorial for y'all. Mind you, I don't know how to do this hairstyle, but if there's a will, there's a way. So I'm gonna be learning while teaching you guys how to do this hairstyle, and I cannot wait to see the final results. I just washed my hair a few hours ago and I went outside and let it air dry. I'm gonna show you guys some of my favorite products that I use when I'm retwisting my locks. And yeah, this is gonna be a voiceover video just because I'm gonna be sitting here for a while. So I need to watch something. Okay, let's get into this hair tutorial.
So the first thing that I'm using for my hair is this Batana oil. I recently started using it and I absolutely love the way it smells. I just massage it into my scalp and down my hair, and I am going to separate my hair into some sections so I can focus on specific parts that I have to do. And the first thing that I'm going to be doing is going to be the flat twist. Before I do that, I make sure that I have 4 locks separated at the bottom row. This is super important because I want an even number so that I can make the petals at the tip of my lock. And I always make sure to moisturize my locks with some water before I go in with my wax, so that way I can separate my locks easier. And I'm just retwisting these using the palm rolling method, nothing special if you're familiar with that, or whatever type of method you want to use for your retwist is perfectly fine. All I'm doing is retwisting, and then the next step is going to be the flat twist. For this, it is super important to know that you have to retwist your locks to the back of your head. And if you're bringing in other locks, you're going to bring that over the previous lock and then under, and retwisting that to the back of your head still. I'm repeating this for all 4 locks and then using a rubber band to secure that at the very base so the flat twist does not unravel. I'm going to repeat this for all of the front row because I found out that I really like the design that way. And then at the very end of the locks, what I'm doing is just leaving the tips open so that I can make the petals, but I'm securing that with a rubber band before I leave them open, just so the retwist does not unravel once again. And if you don't already know how to retwist your locks, let me know in the comments below so I can do a dedicated video. The main thing is going to be for you to retwist in the same direction your hair was originally locked. But now we're going to do the first design, which is going to be a bow. This is a little bit complicated to explain, but what I'm essentially doing is tying a shoelace, but using a rubber band to secure the shoelace in place instead of actually tying my hair. So I take the rubber band, wrap it around my lock one time, bring in one of the strands halfway through, bring the rubber band over that one time, then bring in the other end of my lock in one time, then wrap the rubber band around that as well. I wrap that several times to make sure that it's secure and that nothing's gonna move, and that's how you're gonna see the bow effect. And here I am repeating that again, where I'm wrapping the rubber band around those hanging tips one time, bringing in one of those tips in halfway through and wrapping the rubber band around that to secure it in place. Then I'm bringing in the other tip halfway through once again, and then wrapping the rubber band around that as well to secure it in place. And now I'm moving on to my second row of flat twists and making sure that I go ahead and spray some water onto my locks so when I'm separating them, there's no extra damage being done just because I'm pulling my hair apart when it's not moisturized. And again, I'm making sure that I have an even number of locks in my flat twist, just so when I get to the end and I'm retwisting down and creating those petals, I have an even number of locks. And then when I'm done retwisting all of them, I take my back lock, put it over that front lock, and retwist to the very back of my head. This is gonna help my hair stay as flat as possible in my flat twist. You don't want it to be bulky. So I retwist that for maybe 3 or 4 times, and then I bring the back lock once again and feed that into the locks from the previous one, feed it over and then wrap it under and retwist those together a few times before I take in that last lock and do the same exact thing and bring it over and then under and then retwist that before I add in the rubber band to the very base so everything is secured together. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, this actually took way longer than I expected it to, only because like I could not find a single person on the internet showing how to do these loc petals or these bows at all. I'm talking every single video had a person showing off their hair, but nobody was actually giving a tutorial on how to accomplish this. So I had to play around with my hair a lot to try to figure out exactly how everything was gonna go together. And I eventually figured it out. So if I can, you definitely can too. Just play around with your locks a little bit and then you'll eventually come up with a design. But I think this is a great visual to see how everything is put together, because you're essentially, once again, just tying a shoelace and creating a bow. You're just using a rubber band to create that effect. And now we're gonna move on to the actual petal, which is gonna be the 3-loop design. And just like we were doing before, we're retwisting the hanging locks, leaving those tips and securing it at the bottom with a rubber band. Then you're gonna bring in one of those hanging tips and leave it like a full circle. And you're gonna bring the rubber band over and secure that at the very tip, making 2 circles with that 1 circle. And then the other hanging tip, you're gonna bring it in at the very base and secure it right there as well. But instead of having 2 circles with it, you're just gonna leave it as 1 circle and use the rubber band to secure that in place as well. I hope that makes sense. But if you're comparing it to the bow that we made at the beginning, you're essentially doing the same thing. You're just not leaving any hanging hair at the very tip of your locks. And here's another visual of me repeating the petal at the tip of my locks. I am obviously holding that strand of lock at the very base, holding it there and using the rubber band to secure that in place so nothing moves, nothing unravels. And then I'm wrapping that around a few more times just so I can make sure that it's secured in place. And that's going to create what looks like a bow. Then you're gonna have 1 hanging lock left over. You're going to take that last hanging lock, secure it at the base once again, and use a rubber band to wrap that around that lock to make sure that it doesn't move at all once it's in place. So by the time I was finished doing this hairstyle, which was honestly the next day, I made sure to go ahead and spray all of my scalp with some water, and then I went in with this oil so I can seal in all of that moisture from the water. I make sure to spray it all over, spray it onto my hands and spread it down the locks just so my actual hair can stay very moisturized. I suffer from dry scalp, so I need all the moisture that I can get, and then I go in with my bonnet just so I can lay down my edges a little bit so I can see the full effect of the style afterwards. And when I tell you, I was so impressed with everything. I was a little bit nervous at first because I wasn't sure how everything was gonna look, but once I took that bonnet out, girl,
Oh my god. Ah, oh my goodness. This is so cute. Yes, this is literally so cute. Now, this wasn't the full inspiration. The video that I saw, the girl had just two of these right here, and then the rest of her hair was like on the side and everything. But I thought that would be too much hair to manage in the front of my face. I don't like having too much hair in my face at all. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna make this my own in some way, shape, or form. That's exactly what I did. And oh my gosh. Do you see how cute this is? This is so cute. Okay, I wasn't sure about it at first, but look at these. Some of them are just like the little SpongeBob thing, and then others I did like a butterfly. Where is the butterfly? Isn't it cute? This is a bow. This was honestly one of the hardest styles that I've done. It took me 2 hours alone just to figure out how to get this right. No, I'm not joking. So super happy with how it came out. I really love the little ends being like this. This is so cute and so like funky and fresh and like spring type of vibe, which is perfect because spring is around the corner. Even though the weather don't want to admit it. This is so cute though. Oh my gosh. Okay. I cannot wait to see how long it lasts because I don't know, I'm not sure how the ends are gonna look like after a week because I don't know. I am so obsessed with this one random bow though. Anyways, this is the look. I hope this video was insightful and was, I guess, a good tutorial on how you can achieve this hairstyle. Just a fair warning, you have to be very patient because this is extra work, okay? Extra work, and you're gonna need extra rubber bands, all right? So yeah, this is it. I'm super satisfied with the style. I really like it. I hope it lasts the whole month, fingers crossed. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and of course stay tuned for more hair tutorials. We're gonna be doing these all throughout the summer and spring just to have a little something different to do with the locks. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. I was so nervous, not gonna lie. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and of course stay tuned for more tutorials. Thanks for watching. Bye.